Buenos dias. All right. This is what you're going to need to know for this week. All right. It's going to be a big week. A big week. So forgive me if this video is a little bit long. I'm going to try to cut it as short as possible. If you can make it short, it's going to be short. If it's not, then it's just going to be a long one. All right. But you're going to want to know. All right. All right. For starters, let's see how NASDAQ did, where we opened up. We popped up a little bit, but like I said, like I've been saying since last week, this is a big critical level for us. All right. That only makes this week even more important and more detrimental. And things could either get really ugly real quick or it's going to look good. It's going to look good. All right. But nonetheless, we got our death cross right here that's formed with the 50 SMA. Don't like it. All we're getting is technical bounces. All right. We bounce here, we shoot up. We got our H pattern. Y'all know I do not. I mean, I like that to the downside, right? So for bullish in this scenario, no bueno. All right. Don't like that. Not in love with it. All right. Um, but at the same time, I do want discounts. So I'm not mad if the market pulls back. All right. But we lose this 28,517. We're gonna come down real quick to this 27,875. All right. Um, as you can see, we did our homework on the way down. We have other critical levels down there, but we had all these levels marked out. We're going to keep marking them out as we keep falling. All right. So, what makes this week so important? All right. First and foremost, Fed meeting this week. All right. We have the Federal Reserve meeting this week on Wednesday. They're going to give the rate decision, and then after that, they're going to talk about it. All right. So, either we're going to hike rates, we're going to lower rates, or keep them the same. All right. My opinion, I don't see a rate hike at all for the rest of this year, and I don't see a rate cut at all for the rest of this year. All right. I want that on record. I think we're going to remain the same. What's most important about this week's meeting is how they address inflation. How, first and foremost, all right, how they address inflation, but on top of that, we got to see how they're talking about the economy, the way everything is shaping up to be right now. Because in the short, I mean, we saw the Michigan Consumer Report that came out bad. Inflation was horrible, and it had a horrible impact. On top of that, what's to come in the short term? Long term, it looks like we can mitigate this inflation. All right, it looks good long term, but as of right now, not looking good. That does not help when it comes to the Federal Reserve's decision on what they're going to do at this FOMC meeting. Okay, so be mindful of what's to come on Wednesday. I think it's going to get bad, or it's going to be beautiful. All right. I don't think you're gonna have like a in between. All right. Not only that, but we've been spiking like pretty damn quick to the upside. All right. We've been shooting up. We gapped up here. These are strong candles up to the upside. I mean, volatility is increasing. All right. The good news is that oil did come down. All right. It came down some. Let's bring this up on X. I got it right here. I was looking at it earlier. Um, boom. All right. So the 10-year yield is back to 4.7. We can attack this weekend. All right. Trump halts. Trump reportedly ordered the U.S. military not to carry out planned strikes on Iran on Friday, despite having previously approved attack plans. All right. So, yes, the 10-year was back up to 4.7. We have been, I have been, we have been. Let's make this an everything. It's not a me thing. This is an us thing. All right. We have been hounding on about the 10-year treasury note. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's pull this up. All right. We have our double top right now. All right. I don't like where we're sitting at right here at 4.68, but that was raising big red flags. I've been talking about it all last week. This is not good. We don't want this. We're just confirming back up to the upside. Now we made a lower high, and now we got a what possibly could be a higher high. All right. So we're gonna need this 10-year treasury note to come back down if we want to see some more bullish sentiment. If not, the market's gonna get a pullback. All right. So the higher that this increases, the worse that this war gets. We're gonna see a lot more downside. All right. On top of that, hate the fact that the Bank of America high yield index spiked up to 2.77. All right. That's that's like it's no bueno. All right. Now we're on the verge of reversing this trend. I do not like it. It's pretty much what this is indicating is, hey, now we're starting to see some uh some signs that it may not be a good time to invest into junk stocks. All right. So I mean, we're still relatively low. I mean, if you ask me, we're still relatively low, but this spike I do not like. I want to see where it ends up today. If we shoot up to 2.89, now we're showing big interest in putting our money in safer assets like yields, bonds, gold, silver, things of such nature. Okay. So that's what we need to be on the lookout for. Big earnings week on top of that, too. All right. I'm about to just run through these. All right. Not really going to give a full like analysis when it comes to these. Maybe I'll make some and I'll drop them inside the Discord. But for the most part, I'm gonna just kind of run through this because, like I said, it's a big week. There's a lot to discuss, and this is pretty much what I'm liking so right now. All right, so we got earnings for SoFi. They got it on the 29th, same day as the Fed, early in the morning though. Um, I like what I see here with SoFi. I do. This whole consolidation phase, I love it. All right, but we could come back down and see 15. We come back down and see 15. I think if I'm gonna now just make that a critical level because if we lose that, then at that point we're definitely coming down to 1309. All right, but it's been getting a lot of love here. All right, it's getting a lot of love. I like it. Financials are usually the first ones to go ahead and start seeing that money once we start rotating. So SoFi could definitely take off. All right. I see 21.59 in the future. If this earning does go good, as you can see, I mean, they just been knocking it out the park with earnings down here. All right. So I want to see what they have to say, especially before the Federal Reserve meeting. All right. That's gonna be interesting to see what they're looking like. All right. We got ARM next. All right. ARM got their earnings on the 29th as well, but that's after hours, right? So I've left them alone for quite some time. I wouldn't necessarily call that a double top, but I do see us coming back and testing this 200 day. All right. So I'm not gonna lie, puts kind of look good right now to the downside, especially before pre earnings. But I can already tell you right now, I feel like they're gonna be expensive. But if I see those contracts and I like what I see how much they cost, and I'm okay with that price tag and playing puts to the downside to 242 where this 200 day is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna play it. Probably gonna play it. All right. I'll mark these levels out for y'all. These are levels that you definitely do want to keep an eye on. All right. Nope, still like that. Okay. Boom. Right here. 266. We lose 266. We're coming down to 233 for that level of support. But also, we, like I said, at that 200 SMA, we have 242. All right. We just saying. Just saying. ARM has to do something here. ARM has to do something there. Who is in cahoots with ARM? Qualcomm. All right. Their charts look exactly the same. All right. We're moving down to the downside diagonally. All right. We shoot up, come back down, shoot back up, moving to the downside. All right. It's exact same thing here. Shoot up, come back down, shoot up, moving down to the downside. All right. So they have earnings. When is it? Thursday. So this one is probably in these. Oh no, they have it Wednesday. Well, can't really you can't really tail it, to be honest with you. I mean, that would have been a great play if it was on a Thursday. You could have at least either shorted or went long on it. But since they're both reporting the same day, you're just gonna have to sit and wait. All right. Um, This looks like a head and shoulder to me. I mean, I can't believe I didn't even spot that earlier, to be honest with you. But we got whoa, whoa, whoa. I definitely could have played that to the downside, but whatever. It is what it is. We're late on that. Um, and everything is coming. Everything is chilling at like a 200 SMA, a 50 SMA, or a 200 day. All right. That's what also makes it very important this week. All right. A lot of companies are on the brink. They're on the edge right now, and things could really slip if they lose their footing on their earnings. Okay. This is not good. This is not good. All right. Such as Amazon. Look at that. Brought up the chart. I haven't looked at it, but that's exactly my point. Like, look where we're at right now. We're at the 200 day. If we, if earnings does not go good Thursday, we're coming down. All right. Apple. I mean, Thursday as well too. Let me guess. Oh no, see, we're far beyond it. All right. That Apple's the only good one that I like so far. Surprisingly, and you guys know I do not like Apple right now. All right. I think they're actually pretty, I don't know how they're making money. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like their products are just trash now. All right. We'll come back to that one here in a little bit. All right. Meta, right here at the here. Let me get rid of some of this too. All right. Meta, right here at the 50 SMA. All right. So they if they do good, they could ultimately I could see them get above 637 real quick. Real quick. All right. Meta is just one of those companies when it moves, it picks a direction, it moves. All right. It is on the go. There is nothing that you can do about it. Okay. So we got that going on for them. We lose it though. Good luck, bud. Good luck. I think it's gonna get ugly at that point. Let me see. Yeah, I see it's coming back down probably to like 544 around in that direction. All right. So we're at 605. I think we can get a $50 push up to the upside or downside, depending on how this earnings ends up for them, which is on Wednesday, dude. Wednesday, I'm telling you, Wednesday's a big day. We got Fed meeting, we got multiple earnings that will determine a lot. Don't like how Microsoft rejected up here. All right. That is an ugly reject at that 200 SMA. But now we're currently on the brink of Wednesday again. What do you know? We're on the brink of losing that 50 SMA. We rejected that 200 SMA up here. Now we're on the brink of the 50 SMA. Could we get back up to that upside? I think so, but I think if Microsoft beats, I don't see us getting. I mean, I see us mounting the 200 SMA, but then I think it's going to be a gradual, slow climb and a struggle back up to 434. All right, that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to predict anything. I think that's just what I think. Okay, but what do I know? All right. But I ultimately, I mean, I do like Microsoft, and I think they've done a lot of things differently, but I want to see where they're going with their financials. Where are they putting the money? And this is going to be a very big, important factor for them. All right. I'm actually buying a lot of their products now. I just got, man, they're good. They're good. I like their systems now. I think they're making a comeback. Are they making a comeback? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Energy T. I think they moved theirs back because I think they're supposed to report this week, but I think they pushed theirs back to the 7th. I'm not too sure though, but I know it's on the 7th though now. But I think it showed that they were supposed to report this week, so we'll come back around to that. But Exxon, Exxon and Chevron, okay, Exxon and Chevron are the companies that I want to see the most. All right, why, Mark? You're never concerned about those companies ever. I'm never with all this oil and everything that they've been doing, I want to see like since the war broke out and since we've come to some type of agreement, I want to see how they're doing. All right, I want to see how these companies are. Look at this. Last earnings Q1 2026 net income dropped to 4.2 billion with higher capex of 4 to 1. Reported 1.6 in estimate standard surprise of all right, that's not bad. They reported 85.14 and their estimate was 81.13. All right. Damn. Smash that. But now I'm curious to see what they're going to report on this earnings. If I'm being honest, I think it's probably even better than this one. it might be better than Maze. I think Q2 is gonna smash even more. Look, that's just me. That's just me. Especially since they're working out deals right now. I'm just saying. All right. So I think they're gonna smash. I think they're gonna smash, but that's just me. All right. But nonetheless, all right. So we're gonna watch the VIX this week. The 10-year is very important. We're gonna still keep an eye on this. I do not like this at all whatsoever when it comes to this high yield index. All right. We're gonna watch the banks such as SoFi. SoFi reports on Wednesday morning. ARM Wednesday morning or night. Sorry. Yep. Wednesday night. We got Microsoft Wednesday night. Yeah, everything's pretty much reporting Wednesday night after the Fed meeting. Guys, please trade responsibly. This is probably not a good week to trade at all. You want to go ahead and gamble, be my guest. All right. If I see something that I like, I'm going to throw it inside there. But this is one of those times where you do just want to just sit on the side and let the market pick a direction. Be smart with your money. It's about surviving this war zone right now. All right. It's like financial. It's like, dude, if you learn how to trade right now in this kind of market, you are learning to trade in the wild, wild west right now. There are rules being made up. We're trying to figure out who the winner is out of this whole entire war. Everything is just being restructured. People are running around like crazy lunatics. Um, the world is just going round and around at a little bit of a faster pace right now. All right. And everyone's trying to hold on to the hat. So if you can't ride the bull, don't get in the pen. That's my best advice, yo. You can't ride the bull, don't get in the pen. Sit back in the stands and observe. All right. There's no sense of going inside right now. All right. And going toe to toe. That's how people's accounts get blown. Let's be responsible. All right. I still haven't gotten no pullback from here, dude. So we could still see some upside. Like, it's very sticky. It's very sticky. Very sticky. I sound like this. I don't want to say hesitant, but I don't like the things that are cooking up right now. All right. There's a lot of warning signs now. Okay. Oil coming back down. That's probably the best thing that we got so far, but it's not even anything that crazy. We need to come back down to this critical level and where oil was before the war. All right. If we can continue seeing some downside, I think we're looking good. Okay. The 10-year treasury note, I want to see something better than 6.8. All right. I wanted to come back down to 4.5. All right. And 4.4, if I'm being honest with you. Okay. Gold, SPX. Spy's consolidating nicely up here. I like this. I like this. I think calls could actually work for Spy. That's probably okay. That's probably the bright side on one thing right there. Yeah, man. It's just we really got to start like mounting a lot of these levels. Okay. More importantly, I mean, we have our homework all the way down here, right? There's a reason why we have done our homework on the way down because after that we could start playing to the downside. We know what's going to happen. We know where we're going to start finding levels. All right. This is why we have multiple layouts, multiple canvases. All right. That way we can draw as much as we need to on one. All right. But for the NASDAQ, in order for us to remain bullish, I want to see us come back up to this strong level right here of 29,107. Mount that, get above 29,399. That's a possible level. This is starting to display as some support right here. Actually, I think I got that on this chart over here of the NASDAQ. Yep, definitely do. 28,517, let me guess. Just about. Just about. All right, man. Yeah. I mean, I try to make this as short as possible, so it ended up being like a 20-minute video. But I mean, European chip stocks rise after pause in Mid-East fighting. That's good. Wall Street futures rise as U.S. Iran pause hostiles. They're talking about it too in Binance. U.S. stock futures rally as mega cap earnings and Fed meeting loom. Okay, loom. This is a very dangerous week to trade, but this is a great week to retain a lot of information. Okay, you guys want to know what is involved in the market. This is a great week to learn. All right, to learn and learn and learn and soak up it all. Okay, y'all got any questions? Hit them inside the Discord. Call my phone. I do not care. I'm gonna be off multiple days this week, which is weird. So I'm gonna be with y'all in the pin, baby. Let's go. All right. So y'all trade responsibly. Adios, amigos. Till next time.